Hello, we'd like to take this opportunity today to give you a bit of information concerning the weekend of June 5th and 6th is the weekend where primarily we will try to be going back to Mass as it was prior to the COVID pandemic. And you may have known that the bishops, as of May 13th, the bishops of Ohio, had decided that the weekend of June 5th and 6th throughout the state of Ohio, so it's all the dioceses of Ohio, will be going back primarily to the way Mass was celebrated according to the ritual of the church before the pandemic. So Deacon Tom Soper and I would like to take just a few minutes here today to give you some updates of what we're going to try to do and how it will look the weekend of June 5th and 6th. First of all, please remember that the 5th and 6th is nothing magic about this particular weekend. Since the governor has dropped all of the restrictions as of June 2nd, the bishops decided that this would be the weekend we would start as well. Now, so with that being said, the obligation to be dispensed from Mass is dropped, and all Catholics now are required to attend Mass on weekends and holy days, with the exception of the homebound, those who are sick or shut in, those who have an ongoing kind of condition, or for those individuals who still do not feel comfortable coming back to Mass at this time. So what I'm going to do is, just in a very, very general way, give you a little bit of what you won't see here, and then Deacon Tom is going to take you through the Mass itself and give you an idea of what it will look like. First of all, there will be no longer sign-in sheets. So as a weekend of June 5th and 6th, there'll be no longer sign-in sheets. But I want to thank all of you who did take the time to sign in. We kept those on file just in case there may have been a problem, but we're happy to say that there wasn't a problem. Second of all, there will be no more social distancing. All the pews will be open for everyone, and we will have some distancing in the chairs in the back. For those who still may not be comfortable with sitting in close proximity to another person other than family members, there will be that opportunity to the chairs in the back of church. Masks will no longer be required for those who are vaccinated, but if individuals still feel comfortable wearing a mask, that's fine. That's your choice. But the mandate to wear a mask when you come to Mass is lifted. But if you do decide to choose that, to wear a mask, and you feel more comfortable doing so, certainly that's your choice. You'll be treated with as much charity as possible. So those are just a few of the things that you will see when you come to Mass on the weekend of the 5th and 6th. So now I'd like to turn it over to Deacon Tom, and he'll take you through the Mass as it will be celebrated.
So first, the holy water fonts will have holy water in them. So you can bless yourself as you enter or leave the church, if you wish. We will start the Mass, at least with Father Speier when he's celebrating, with a procession as we used to do from the back of church. And we will process out of church at that time. I think with Father Auth, we're still going to do the shortened procession in. At the Our Father, we will still refrain from physical contact, so holding of hands and things of that nature. We still will restrict, so there will be no physical contact. We will reinstate the sign of peace. Once again, no physical contact. In a contemplative mode, you could either bow to someone next to you or give them some sign without a physical touching. We will have a full complement of liturgical ministers, and this is going to be kind of reinstated in some sort of fashion. We will have 2 servers instead of 1. The choir will not return until fall, as would be the normal practice. So we will have a choir. We are going to refrain from presenting the precious blood at this time, and we're going to revisit that in a couple months to see how things are going. But we will have reception of communion as we have been in the past, and that includes coming forward using the side aisles and returning to your pews through the center aisle. I think that's...
Well, one of the other things we're going to do is we will reinstate the collection, and we're going to instruct our ushers to take that up at the regular time, but we're going to have baskets with long handles, so you won't be passing the basket around as it was in the past. And also we will be reinstituting the offertory procession, so our ushers will be asking you to help with that as well. And then as Tom said, as we were going to process in at the beginning with at least the Mass that I'm going to be celebrating, we will recess out in the same way. All of the doors will be open to our churches, so we're going to try to do the best we can in going back to somewhat normal. Important thing to say, COVID is still around. We have not eliminated it yet in our society. Many people have been vaccinated, but there may be others who have not, and we can't tell, obviously, or ask who has been vaccinated, who has not. So, as Deacon Tom said, we're going to do our best beginning in June to reinstitute things in the Mass as best we can, but we are going to refrain from a couple things. One, no sign of peace, in other words, shaking hands, unless it's family. Two, we're not going to offer the cup yet, just to see how things go. So we're just going to do our best to institute things the best way we can. You will find, not only in this video, but when you come to Mass the weekend of the 5th and 6th, you will find guidelines published by the diocese that we're going to be following. And one of the things that the guidelines do say is that the pastors or pastoral administrators have the right to make choices based upon their own particular feelings of the liturgy and also what the people may express. Now, if you think something is not right, let us know. I can't guarantee you that we're going to go back immediately to everything the way it was pre-COVID, but we're going to try to do our best. We had a long staff meeting the other day, and we tried to hammer out as many of these details as we possibly could. So this is what's going to be happening June 5th and 6th. Now, this video is going to be up on our YouTube page, our website. So I would ask you please to view it, think about what we've said, and again, if you do have any questions or comments, you can call us at the parish office, and we'll do the best we can to give you as much information as we possibly can. Remember, the letter from the bishop that you already received concerning the reopening of Masses the 5th and 6th, and the guidelines published by the diocese will be available for you for the weekend of the 5th and 6th. Also, we are still going to continue to use the handouts, but you will not have to throw them away. You can leave them in the pews, or you can put them back on the tables, and we'll again use them for the second Mass. So thank you all, and I hope you all have an opportunity to watch this video. And again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. Thank you very much.